Today, let's talk about The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, hi. I make a lot of bookish stuff. I make videos on a lot of bookish stuff. But if you're coming back, hello, hi, welcome again. Hello, hi. Anyway, what are we talking about today? We are talking about one of my favorite books this year, and that's The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett, which I think is something that you should read irrespective of which place you actually come from. Of course, like, there are a lot of things that we need to discuss about the book, so let's get started. Okay, so what is The Vanishing Half about, right? That is a very interesting question, because The Vanishing Half is about these two twin sisters who are racially pretty ambiguous, and they are, I think, called Stella and Desiree. I think that's how you pronounce this name. But anyway, these twin sisters run away from their small town called Mallard to New Orleans, and that's how like the story actually starts. It's kind of an interesting take on a lot of things, which we will discuss in what I liked actually. So yeah. So what did I like about The Vanishing Half? It's pretty simple. I liked the way the story was written. Brit Bennett is a very gifted writer, and honestly, I'm even waiting to read her other book, which is right here. It's called The Mothers. Okay, let me just tuck it in. Anyway, basically, Brit Bennett is a gem. Okay, the book kind of explores a lot of issues regarding racism, and how these racially ambiguous twins lead two different lives, where one twin goes ahead and leads the life of a white woman, and another twin leads the life of a black woman, and how there are these stark differences in their stories and in their reasons for doing certain things in their life. I actually love the book for that particular reason, right? Because when you read a book, you should be, as a reader, you should be able to pick out a lot of things that the reader is stating through their writing. And that's what this book does. It does not like explicitly spoon feed you with the information or what the author is trying to say. The writing efficiently kind of transfers knowledge. It transfers that kind of information or that insight that you're looking for through the writing. And that's what this book does best. Like, hands down, if you're looking for a read where you're not being spoon fed about racism, or you're not being spoon fed about maybe segregation and stuff like that, this is the book to read. It's a great American read, by the way. I mean, if you're someone who reads a lot of American books, a lot of US centric books, this is one to read. But other than that, this book kind of describes a lot of like settings, or kind of gives you a reflection about a lot of settings where discrimination is possible, right? And how there is this one community or one group of people who are moving more towards what seems more socially acceptable, and how they will do anything in order to kind of get that thing done. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It kind of gives you that kind of essence, it kind of gives you that kind of insight into how people change into what they want to be, and how they mask their true feelings, although they may not be like that person. Like, they're impersonating someone, or they're impersonating something all different altogether, and that kind of pretense is what I liked a lot. Again, things are not spoon fed. As a reader, you have to deep dive and understand the book. And also the writing, I mean, reading it was pretty simple, right? Because it was just playing out like a suspense or a mystery, like talking about these two sisters who ran away from home and their reasons for doing so, and things like that. And that's what like will keep you at the edge of your seat. I think that element, so if you're looking for like a contemporary suspense, a suspenseful read which kind of intertwines some social commentary as well, this is the book you have to read. So, talking about the things that I don't like, because this is not a full 5 for me. The things I don't actually I mean, I didn't like, or like I did not much appreciate about the book, is how easy it seemed a bit. Like it felt a bit predictable at some points, and I could predict what would happen next. And also I felt like, okay, this some things that happen in the book, something spoilery that happens in the book is pretty easy, it's just like very convenient for it to happen. And although I like those scenes, I felt like I might have like expected more from it. But maybe it's just me. Maybe if you read it, you like it like more. You like it in a very different manner than I did. But at the end of the day, the social commentary does not like leave its stand, right? The social commentary is there on the platform. It's telling you what to do, and it's telling you, how to see things. So that's what I actually did not like about the book. And getting to the rating, I rated this book 4.7 stars, and the zero point 0.3 stars have been cut exactly because of the stuff that I told you of what I did not like. This is a book, if you ask me, is this something that you should read? Is it worth the read? Yes, 100% worth your time, worth your read. Even if you're not reading anything else this year, this is something that you want to like slip into your reading list. So yeah, that's it. This is the video. That's all that I wanted to talk about. Go ahead, read The Vanishing Half. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to like also finish the last book in the women's shortlist now. The only one that's pending is Unsettled Ground. So I'm hoping to finish it ASAP and get back to you. Oops, I hit my hand. Stay tuned for the next video, or let's talk in the next video. Did that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, a chaotic bye right now. Bye.